The Siddaramaiah-led Karnataka government has fulfilled its poll promise of reversing the anti-conversion law that had been passed by the previous Bommai BJP government. It has also introduced a slew of changes to textbooks. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. Once again, the subject of textbooks is politicized, this time at the other end of the political spectrum. Veer Savarkar will no longer be taught in Karnataka's textbooks, and many of the deletions that had been made by previous BJP governments have been brought back. This comes in the context of a slew of election promises that the Congress had made in Karnataka. The Karnataka government has moved to scrap the anti-conversion law that had been brought in by the BJP and in fact has been brought in by several BJP states. Once again, a political row has erupted over these changes. And what is interesting, of course, is that all of these changes are taking place just months before the big Lok Sabha election. What might be the political consequences of these changes? Remember, state assemblies and Lok Sabha elections often yield a very different set of choices, preferences, and issues. We're looking at this a very interesting set of decisions by the Siddaramaiah government on the program today. Let's introduce our guests right away. We're joined by Varun Singh, political analyst. Good to see you, Varun. Also joining us is commentator Syed Asad Abbas. Good to have you back with us, Asad. Also joining us is Dr. Sudha Halkai, spokesperson of the BJP. Yashwant Deshmukh, our favorite political pundit and psephologist, is with us. And Dr. Shama Mohammed, after a long time, Shama is back with us, spokesperson and leader of the Congress party. It's good to see all of you. Shama, let me start with you. Oh, and as I was starting with you, there you are. Why these changes? Why would you need, for example, to criticize the textbook politics played by the BJP and then do your own version of it in Karnataka? How does that make you different from those you criticize?
See, Barkha, what you've done in Karnataka, this was not there in the first place. Why should a Veer Savarkar or a Hedgewer be there in the textbooks? Because let's understand their history also. No? We know Mr. Hedgewer was the one who started the RSS. Now, RSS did not participate in the freedom struggle. What is the RSS about? To bring about a Hindu Rashtra. That goes against our constitution, which clearly says we're a secular social republic. So that is their aim. So why should we have those people? Number two, let's understand Mr. Savarkar was part of Hindu Mahasabha. Now, where does Godse come from? He is from the Hindu Mahasabha. So why do, and who assassinated Bapu? Godse. So for me, Godse is a terrorist. So let's understand that the Bharatiya Janata Party is also a party, the present one, along with Mr. Modi, who the Prime Minister also comes from the party. They have a member of parliament called Pragya Thakur, who said in parliament that Godse was, is, and will always be a nationalist. I mean, is a Deshbhakt. So can you imagine? And I remember the Prime Minister clearly stating that मैं इसके ऊपर मैं माफ नहीं करूंगा और कार्रवाई करूंगा. And what action has he taken over somebody who said in parliament that Godse Deshbhakt tha, hai aur rahega? I mean, Godse in my eyes is a terrorist. So somebody like her...
Godse is not Savarkar. You are drawing a...
No.
Once again, let me just get a question in. Godse, Nathuram Godse is not Savarkar. And I would go so far as to argue that you have to also teach people who was Godse. How did Mahatma Gandhi get assassinated? Censorship, whether the BJP or the Congress does it, is not something I can support. There should be a free access to ideas.
Yeah, but we can have free access. Yeah, so free access is their libraries. We don't need to teach them. We don't need to glorify people like Savarkar, who wrote mercy petitions to the British every time. They never took part in the freedom struggle, Barkha, the RSS, whether it's Hedgewer, whether it is Savarkar, or any of them. So what is the need to teach our children? Why does the need to glorify them? We can, of course, it can be in libraries. You can have it in their libraries. People can go and get it and read it. But why should we put in our textbooks people who are against India and who fought alongside the British? Do you want to put those names in the textbooks? That is what I fail to understand. They were with the British. They did not fight the freedom struggle. They were not there for the independence movement. So why would I want to teach my children or
before I open this up, let me ask a political question. How do you think your friend Uddhav Thackeray might feel about removing Savarkar from the textbooks?
See, that is nothing. See, we all have, when a coalition happens, there are different people with different ideologies. I remember PDP was the ideological partner of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Jammu and Kashmir. So, what was their during the Burhan Wani time, when Mehbooba Mufti called him something beyond not a terrorist, I don't want to take out what she exactly said. They were still the coalition partner. So every party would have different ways of thinking. I cannot speak for Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. I can speak for the Congress party, as I'm a Congress party spokesperson. And I'm clearly saying that we do not need to teach any of these things in our history textbooks, because they never stood with the freedom struggle. And we should understand that Godse, you asked me, where did Godse get his hatred for Mahatma? He was part of the Hindu Mahasabha, in which there was Savarkar. So definitely there is a link there, Barkha. You cannot say there is no link over there. And definitely we see all of the BJP, they are bringing out Godse temples, etc., under the Modi Shah regime. So there is glorification of Godse, who in my eyes is a terrorist. And Pragya Thakur, who calls him a Deshbhakt, for me in my eyes is a terrorist too, because she's calling a terrorist a Deshbhakt.
Okay, let's pick up your thoughts and open this up in the program itself. Again, I will say Nathuram Godse and Veer Savarkar are not the same entities, and you have spent a lot of time focusing on Godse. My worry is actually, and let me bring in Sudhaji of the BJP, is that actually these are mirror images. The BJP comes in, it removes references to Mughal history because it says it's accessible somewhere else. The Congress comes in, it says let's just drop Veer Savarkar as a character, because why should he be taught? What is the difference between your parties? Basically, what's happening is the politicization of history, the politicization of education. Dr. Sudha, please respond to the changes that have been made by the Siddaramaiah government.
Barkha, it is very painful to see that Congress has come into more of like hatred politics. What I'm seeing nowadays, and whatever a Congress spokesperson has told regarding why we should teach our children about Savarkar, it pinches my heart that about Veer Savarkar, why we should teach our children about the Veer Savarkar, because he is one of the I think he is one of the tallest freedom fighters, I must say, who was jailed for 52 years, and for 14 years he was in Sajai Kalapani. And I think I give a suggestion that all the Congress people should be they should be sent to the Andaman Nicobar jail to know about how painful journey Savarkarji has gone through. And if they really know the story of Savarkarji, they'll never talk like this. The people who talk against Savarkarji are very unthankful, ungratitude people who are enjoying this freedom of today's India. How can they talk that Savarkarji shouldn't be taught to the people of Karnataka or India as well? And regarding Dr. Keshav Balram Hedgewarji, he was the one who founded the largest Hindu organization. Forget about whatever the other things what she has told. And the followers of the ideology of Dr. Keshav Balram Hedgewar are our Vajpayee ji, our Modi ji, who are renowned world famous leaders, I must say. Why the children of Karnataka should not be thought about them? Why they should not? They can write a letter about. They can add a syllabus where Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru writes a letter to his sister Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. That can be included. I don't know what aspect or what message they want to convey to the children, but they don't want to add Dr. Keshav Balram Hedgewar. He was a doctor, in fact, and he was also in Congress. But later on, he felt that the ideology of Congress is not suiting to the Hindustan, where the Hindus were silent. So that's the reason he followed this.
We have had two political statements by two political parties. And of course, the Nehru's letters that you spoke about are going to be added. But let me bring in now a larger perspective from our commentators. Yashwant, I think you've long made the point that state issues, state level elections and Lok Sabha elections play out in a very different way. And one of the big things to watch will be how the Congress performs after such a handsome victory in the assembly in the Lok Sabha polls of Karnataka. These issues, these sort of polarizing issues, for lack of a better word, do you think the Congress has decided that it can afford to do this because the numbers are behind it? Or do you think that this is a misstep, that they should have waited a while, settled in, maybe given it a year, let the Lok Sabha pass, and then picked up issues that are potentially contentious?
Well, Barkha, let me start my argument by congratulating the Congress spokesperson and the Congress government in Karnataka for fulfilling whatever they had promised in their manifesto, regardless of the fact, however dumb and stupid that move might be. This is my first opening remark. To be fair, my argument that it is a dumb and stupid move has nothing to do with the ideas of history, or you may like or dislike that character. Still, that history has to be taught, and that's the different argument. My idea of being it a dumb and stupid move is largely on the political line, that they got a mandate, particularly on the local issues and local changes and local anti-incumbency. Good that they did it, whatever they promised. People voted for them, lock, stock and barrel, and they did it. Good for them. But at the national level, or the line that they are pursuing, if that is going to help them politically, I doubt. I mean, whatever experience that, whatever number crunching that I do, overwhelmingly big, huge number of people in this country, they do not look at Veer Savarkar the way Congress spokesperson or many other Congress people look at him, and including Kannadigas, big, huge number of Kannadigas. Dr. Hedgewar, you may like him, dislike him, that's another thing, but you cannot take away the fact that he became a fountainhead of the biggest, organization, voluntary organization in this country, and which also gave birth to the BJP, which is the biggest political party, arguably, in India at this point of time. So by virtue of being the fountainhead of that organization, he deserves to be in the books of history, plainly from that perspective. And history is history. You need to teach. You need to tell the people. Everybody explores history and then reads more and further about it and experiences good, bad, and ugly of every person or everything that has happened in history. That's another thing. Politically speaking, Barkha, I believe that next 12 months, Congress probably, for right or the wrong reasons, might have decided that they need to go out on this line of ideological front or ideological segregation from the BJP, or I mean that line that, okay, we are this and they are they. That line they are trying to engrave it further. I don't know how it is going to help them in Madhya Pradesh. Kamal Nath ji might not agree with what DK Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah ji is doing in Karnataka.
That's a very interesting point, and I want to just briefly bring in Shama Asad, coming to you right after that, and Varun. Shama, very briefly. I think Yashwant makes a very interesting political point. It doesn't matter whether you like Savarkar or you don't like Savarkar. Why do you need this issue right now? You were brought into power. Just let me complete my question. You were brought into power because the Bommai government was seen as a non-performing government by the voters of the state. You were brought into power because you were able to very masterfully keep the election local, keep it localized. Now you have picked up issues that have spillover effects on Maharashtra, that have spillover effects on Madhya Pradesh when an election is coming up, that possibly have spillover effects in Rajasthan. Why do you need this debate right now? Why are these the most important issues?
Like Mr. Deshmukh said, we had promised certain things, and some of these were what he has mentioned. And we believe elections are local, just like Bharatiya Janata Party. I want to ask Mr. Deshmukh, why is beef being able to be eaten in Meghalaya? Meghalaya president of the Bharatiya Janata Party says there's nothing wrong in eating beef. I mean, I'm shocked. Here you have a Nasir and Junaid in Haryana burnt alive. They were not even transporting a cow. They had nothing. Those two boys were burnt alive. In Maharashtra again, another set of Gaurakshaks have killed another boy. Now, the BJP president clearly says you can eat beef over there in Meghalaya. In Goa, another BJP state, if I go to Goa, I can easily get beef. The chief minister himself tells the Goans, you know what? sorry, there is a lack of beef for 2 days. We will be getting it on the third day. So what is that? The Bharatiya Janata Party can just do whatever they want, and everybody should say, oh, it's okay, we should just keep quiet. When the Congress takes a step, then there is it will spill to Maharashtra, it will spill to Madhya Pradesh, it will spill there. What about this? I want to know about this beef ideology.
Okay, Yashwant, briefly, because really Asad and Varun have been waiting a long time.
This to me, that beef
Okay,
can be
it's a fair
another
question.
thing they kill.
It's a fair question.
Know.
You have answered my question with a question, but it's a fair question. Yashwant, very briefly, and then Asad.
Actually, Barkha, she has actually answered my question. She very well pointed out the hypocrisy and double speak of the BJP on the beef issue, the stupidity and dumbness of the beef issue. She has very well pointed that out. And that is very, very stupid and dumb of BJP to do that. My question is, why are you copying BJP in doing something dumb and stupid? That's
Okay.
that's
Okay, hold on. Shama, 1 minute. Shama, just Shama. Okay, one sentence. Can we unmute Shama? One sentence, Shama.
One sentence. I want to tell Mr. This is not dumb and stupid, Mr. Deshmukh. It is very sad for a mother when her children are burnt alive on one state where they were not even transporting cows. Monu Manasar is nowhere to be seen. Nobody is
Okay, we've gone in some other direction here.
You can eat beef. There is nothing.
Okay, we've gone in some other. Yashwant, I'll come to you. Okay, Shama and Yashwant, please. I have Asad and Varun waiting. Yashwant, please give me a moment. Asad, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Barkha. Barkha, let me take the bull by its head. First things first, I come from the beautiful land of Karnataka, and I can tell you, I and my family are beneficiaries to what the Congress party has provided. I think they have walked the talk, they've preached and practiced. Kudos to that. Now, coming straight to the point, I absolutely do not think that removing Hedgewar or removing Savarkar is wrong, and I tell you why. Barkha, I'd rather learn about Bhagat Singh, who did not write a mercy petition but lived this life for the country. As a youth, I do not look up to a Savarkar who says, I beg to remain your loyal servant, sir. I'm absolutely not okay with that. I'm also not okay with the Hedgewar in my Karnataka textbooks. Why? This man called Muslims Yavana snakes. He says Muslims are the enemy of the state and not the British colonizers. So why would I or anyone, any Kannadiga, would want to read or learn about these two polarizing figures? I'd rather look up to a Bhagat Singh. I'd rather look up to a Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Now, also coming to this point, Mirza Ghalib ने बहुत खूब फरमाया है बरका, बीजेपी जो कर रहा था अभी कांग्रेस करा, I agree. उम्र भर गालिब यही गुल करता रहा, गुल चेहरे पे थी, आईना साफ करता रहा. Let me remind my friends of the BJP spokesperson Karnataka Sudha ji, 2017, please look up. It was Vasundhara Raje government of Rajasthan. What did she do? Any and every reference to Jawaharlal Nehru was removed from all texts of Rajasthan syllabus, government and its portions. आप करें तो कार, कांग्रेस करें तो वार. ये क्या चार? Look at the duplicity and hypocrisy.
Okay. मैं तो यही बोल रही हूँ that this is just politics on both sides.
30 seconds I'm done. जी 30 seconds. अभी श्रीमान यशवंत देशमुख साहब ने फरमाया कि it's a dumb and stupid move. Respected sir, I as a citizen of this country, to me a dumb and stupid move और जुमला would be 15 लाख अकाउंट में आएंगे, 2 करोड़ युवा को नौकरी मिलेगी. Sir, Congress said all the women will be provided pre-bus travel and they have done it. Sir, look at the below poverty line women who are lining up, crying, tears coming out of them, bowing down to the bus and looking up to the Almighty. Sir, this, according to you, might be a dumb and stupid move. But for every woman of the land of Karnataka, it is a move in the right direction, sir.
Okay, Asad
is a very big thing.
Okay, Asad, let me bring in Varun, and I'm sure Yashwant has a lot to respond to because many of the comments have been directed at him for calling this move by the Congress dumb and stupid. But Varun, you're in Maharashtra, where of course the Maharashtra BJP has seized this moment, and it will of course create a situation for Uddhav Thackeray. But Shama says BJP and other allies have also often disagreed, and this is not the first time that allies and partners have ideologically disagreed. Varun, go ahead.
Firstly, whenever there's a government change, such decisions are taking place. And, when Aurangzeb took the reign from his predecessor as a Mughal emperor, he went on destroying temples and doing whatever he wanted. The BJP has done it. Renaming, the Congress has done the same thing. But one thing, Barkha, before I answer your question, I would just like to say a few things I have the honor to remain Your Excellency's obedient servant. Mahatma Gandhi, M.K. Gandhi, in his letter 22nd June 1920. So going by that logic, we shouldn't be using we shouldn't be teaching Mahatma Gandhi, because Veer Savarkar wrote a mercy petition. Secondly, I would like to point out, I'm just saying the Congress follows a history that is as old as 2020. Before that, they have forgotten everything. Indira Gandhi had praised open letter in 1980 to Veer Savarkar, stating that the way he fought for the freedom of this country, it has to be commended. I think the Congress has forgotten that. And thirdly, about Mr. Hedgewar, when he wanted to participate in the freedom struggle, he left the post of RSS chief. He went, he fought, and he came back. So there are three things I would like to just say that, this is the reason why you need to have Hedgewar. This is the reason why you need to have Savarkar, and this is the reason why you need to have all these things. Secondly, last and the thing that you have said, it has put Uddhav Thackeray in a spot. He may be in London, having his vacation, extended vacation. We were told that he would be back earlier, but now his vacations are extended for, we don't know, indefinite period, because 18th or 19th his ex-party, of which he was the president, is going to celebrate its 75th year in Maharashtra, Shiv-Sena. Everyone is expecting him, but we don't know whether he's coming now or later. But the BJP has seized this moment, and it is going to, I hope that they will be able to set a narrative where they have been failing for a pretty long time now on social media to set narratives which was their domain till.
So let me in fact take that point to Shama before Yashwant responds. And Shama, that is my question. I think you made an accurate point that the BJP plays a different politics, for example, on beef consumption in the Northeast or in Goa than it does in the Hindi heartland. Fair enough. I think the question we're saying is, you've just won this election. It has been a big, big historic win for you. Why would you immediately want to pick up an issue that is not of daily importance to the people of Karnataka?
Barkha, the reason being, there are certain things we have promised, and we want to show the people of Karnataka that we are doers. Unlike Mr. Modi, who promised us smart cities, MSP, like he says, 15 lakh in your accounts, many other things. So we are saying that we're doers. And the very important thing is, what is the RSS? And RSS is an organization which is a very, very polarizing, who hates Muslims from the bottom of their heart. They just want a Hindu Rashtra, and they will do anything for that. So that is my problem. They have the Bajrang Dal. They have many others who are their sidekicks. And this is what they do. I mean, look at the Prime Minister of India, who says nothing when Junaid and Nasers are burnt alive, killed. How many people have been killed by these Gaur Rakshaks? What has the Prime Minister said? Who is behind all this? The RSS. The RSS has always divided and ruled India. We do not want those hate politics. So we do not want to teach anybody of the RSS. That is the basic thing. People who belong to the RSS, like Mr. Hedgewar, or for that matter, Savarkar, who I will never call Veer, this is the problem, because they have.
You may not call him Veer, but your president.
We do not want
Indira Gandhi has
called country for everybody. We can't keep saying that this is a Hindu Rashtra. We do not want the Muslims.
Okay, Varun briefly.
We will do good. No,
okay,
we'll
lots of hands going up.
Nobody else's houses.
One minute.
Against the Muslims.
As I said earlier, the Congress has done nothing wrong in Karnataka by removing these chapters. They are just following the manifesto. But it is sad to see that the same Congress wants to forget their own history. You may not call him Veer, it's fine. It's up to you. But he is Veer, and not
Let me argue this.
Indira Gandhi has called him Veer. Indira Gandhi has referred to him as Veer. And RSS, if you're talking about Bajrang Dal, it also has a Muslim Vichar Manch. Ma'am,
okay.
You should be.
Okay. Let me argue this from the other side for a moment.
And I can talk about Congress about 1984.
Varun, 1 minute. Let me argue this for one moment from the other side and ask Yashwant. As it has, for example, with the anti-conversion bill, you will expect, Shama, 1 minute. You could expect an aggressive counter, and that is what the Congress has done here. Yashwant.
I mean, that's a problem. This entire debate is that, we are looking at it from some of the personal angle, I mean, there are two issues here. But one is whether or not things should be taught in fair and square manner in history or not. History should be taught fair and square. You might disagree with certain ideas of Mr. Savarkar. You cannot take away the fact that he tried 14 years that Kalapani. You cannot take away from that person. And history must be taught, because you might be not happy with Bajrang Dal and RSS and the BJP, but you cannot take away the fact that Mr. Hedgewar was a Congress person. You cannot take away the fact that he did not say anything of that line that you just mentioned that Mr. Hedgewar said about the Muslims. That's why we need history. That is precisely why we need history in the lessons. Number one. Number two.
Okay, complete your point.
Yeah, number two. Let me complete, because a lot many things were said to me and like that.
Okay.
And even if I agree with what the Congress spokesperson says, even if I agree with what my friend Asad says, let me play devil's advocate. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. Can you please ask your party's chief ministerial candidate in Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Kamal Nath, to agree with you what the Karnataka government has done is the right thing to do, and I will do the same thing when I become a chief minister in Madhya Pradesh. I challenge you. You. Can you ask him to say the same?
Let us take that, and then I'll give Sudha and Shama the final words. Shama, hang on. Okay, can we unmute Shama? Shama's saying something. Shama, once again, I have to unmute you.
Yashwant Deshmukh to tell the Goa chief minister to ban beef. I challenge you today. Go down.
I am saying, you did not hear my thing properly, Shama. I said what BJP, you very clearly pointed out the duplicity of the BJP. I agree to you that they are stupid and dumb playing that duplicity. My question was, they were playing stupid and dumb. Why are you copying them? I did not defend the BJP.
Okay, Shama,
you are completely getting it wrong.
Barkha, he won because of how we fought the elections locally. So each state to its own. What are the issues in those states? We'll fight the elections accordingly. That's the plan. So I think he's understood it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Shama, thanks. We're also wrapping up. Thank you, Shama. Asad, take that. Yeah.
Deshmukh Sahab said that Hedgewar ji never said anything what I quoted. Respected sir, please padhiye. A kitab hai, Sketches of RSS History, written by a very great bhakt of Hedgewar Sahab. His name is Shriman Bhishikar, where he mentions, sir, categorically, let me state, Muslims are the Yavana snakes, very poisonous, deadliest snakes, and they are the enemies of the countries and not the British colonizers. That is my reference, that is my quote, that is my source. Do you have any source or anything to say it again? I think you can't just make a statement. I'm giving you a source. Please read it. Please read history. Now, coming to the next point, I'll tell you what is happening, Barkha, what is happening in my state of Karnataka. Look, Modi ji, what did he say? Na khaunga, na khilane dunga. Ye bilkul sahi hai. Anna Bhagya rice scheme was introduced in the manifesto here by the Congress government. What happens now? The Siddaramaiah government wrote a letter to the Food Corporation of India that they require this number of quintals. Food Corporation of India also approved it. But what happens? Modi government usme badha darti hai. They have stopped it. Now they are not able to release. Now look at this. Shouldn't 10 kg of rice reach to the poor?
And I am saying that this is the issue on which you need to make noise. This is the issue that will resonate with people. This is the issue that will resonate with people. Ki chawal kyun nahi aa rahe hain? That is what will resonate.
I conclude. Bilkul, Barkha, I completely agree with you. My only reason why a Savarkar and a Hedgewar should not be thought, because they are polarizing figures. That is the only reason why. And we don't want to learn from cover.
Okay, let me actually take this now, to Dr. Sudha. Yeah, BJP, can I take
spokesperson? Yes, 10 seconds, Barkha. Now let the BJP government answer me today. They blame so much about the Congress party and the freebies. Respected ma'am, did you read your own manifesto 23 elections? What did they say? 5 kg of rice free. Not 1, not 2, but 3 cylinders free. And half liter Nandini milk free. Again, Congress kare to war, aap kare to pyar. Now tell me, ma'am, what is the problem with you, with the people, poor people of Karnataka? Why, ma'am, don't you want them, their families to reach 10 kg of rice?
We have not actually touched upon the repeal of the anti-conversion law. So let me, in the last 2-3 minutes, bring that up. And to say to you, Dr. Sudha, that you see, you can't play a hand of identity politics and think your opposition will not play their own version of identity politics. right? So that is what is happening. You have presented a version of Hindutva, and the Congress has presented its version of counter Hindutva, and it is a contestation of identity politics. It's politics. It's all politics. Sudha?
Barkha, let me tell you, it is we have not. Can you hear me, Barkha?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Barkha, we have not projected Hindutva. Yeah. It is not, we have just projected Hindutva. Now, one of our Congress spokesperson told that, we are against Muslims. Let me rectify her statement. We are not against Muslims. We have very well taken Muslims into consideration in all our national schemes, and we have given them all the privilege. And Muslims are our land of Hindustan and India, let me tell, first and foremost thing. Second thing is, we are against the Muslims who are against, like PFI, we have banned PFI, we are against the Muslims who are targeting our Hindu girls in love jihad and so many other things. We are against the Muslims who are, taking away, disturbing the law and order of this country. Then second point, let me tell you, they're talking about the guarantees. What about the current connections? What they've told, they were coming up with reducing it, giving 200 units free. Now, what at the cost of what? They've increased the price of 1 unit to almost 50%. Earlier, it was 8 rupees 28 paisa. Barkha, let me tell you on this your channel that now it is 13 rupees 98 paisa or something. So clear cut 50% of you. Price is increased per unit in the current connections.
Okay.
So are they not targeting? Is it not a burden on all the people of Karnataka? Isn't it? And we have not removed any of the aspect of Nehru or anybody else. We have just removed one letter of Nehru to his sister. Isn't it fair enough to write to teach the children of our state about Hedgewaji? We are not against it. They are completely towards the dynasty politics of Nehru family.
I have to say
We
that
will not accept any of the allegations they have put.
Personally, whether it's the BJP or the Congress, I would welcome additions to history, not deletions. I think we should add layers to what we teach, not keep removing things. I think Nehru's letter to his sister didn't need to be erased. I think we should be able to study about Savarkar. I don't understand deletions. I think I must also know as a child who assassinated Mahatma Gandhi. What are these deletions? I don't understand deletions to history. But Abbas quickly, and then Yashwant. Sorry, Abbas, Varun, and Yashwant gets the last word. Abbas, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A quick point to Sudhaji. See how conveniently Sudhaji did not answer my question. What is their enmity with the poor people where Anya Bhagya rice, you're not able to reach them? Food Corporation of India allowed it to happen, but Modi government is stopping it. Second, madam, read its entirety. The Gruha Lakshmi scheme, 200 units free. Only after that, a hike of rupees 2.89. Also, as a matter of fact, largely if you look at Karnataka space, 80% of homes use under 200 units electricity free. This will be only on the high net individuals who will need to pay the extra. So if you and I are in the middle class or lower middle class, it will be free, like your 3 cylinders, which didn't happen.
Okay.
Last point.
Okay.
Now, Barkha,
Yes.
last point. I completely agree with you, Barkha. This is the issues we need to speak about. Also, as a matter of fact, if the BJP government was a 40% brush sarkar, they were not able to do anything for good for the people of Karnataka. Rather allow Congress party. Why do you have to stop the?
I want to say to you, Abbas, I want to say to you, I would much rather be doing a show on rice and gas cylinders than every day be discussing what the deletions and additions to our textbooks are. Really? I think more people in the country care about that. That is what I want to say is my bottom line. Varun, please go ahead, and then Yashwant can have the last word. Varun.
Okay, just one thing about the repeal in the anti-conversion law. I don't know why anyone would want a repeal, an anti-conversion law to be repealed, which says that anyone who is converted based on misrepresentations and false promises and on forcible conversions. I think these are the basis of our constitution, which also allows us not to, it prohibits conversion by misrepresentation. Absolutely. So why would you want that thing to be removed? This is, as Yashwant said, the dumb thing to do. But also, as every political party caters to a vote bank. Congress knows who its vote bank is. Congress knows that JDS has failed, and till the time they
Well,
cannot
that's
get
also not true, right, Varun? The Karnataka win actually shows that the Congress had a broad spectrum victory, including from people who traditionally vote the BJP. So I think it's wrong to suggest that the
Barkha,
Congress has won from the
Yashwant
Muslim.
is here.
The
Yashwant
Congress has
is
not
here.
won from the Muslim vote in
No,
Karnataka
Yashwant is here, and you
alone.
would agree with this that JDS failing is more important for Congress winning than anything else, because BJP has
Okay.
maintained its vote share.
I'm just making the point that that there has been a broad spectrum participation for the Congress in this assembly election. We don't know what will happen in the Lok Sabha. Yashwant, the last word to you is this. If the BJP plays hard Hindutva, the Congress in Karnataka, I don't know about the Congress in Madhya Pradesh, Shama made it very clear the Congress is now going to take different strategies in different states. That's what I gathered from her. The Congress in Karnataka has decided that we're going to give an old style idea of what we believed was secularism back. That is actually what we're seeing here. In the middle, the Congress had walked away from that hard counter to Hindutva. How do you see this going forward into the Lok Sabha, Yashwant?
Well, Barkha, let me say this in a very, very cricketing analogy. Bangalore pitch, suppose it was a bouncing pitch. You had a good pacer, and the bouncing pitch was of misgovernance. You are trying to take that and play it in a different way in Delhi pitch, which is an absolute turner, and you are going to take the wrong issues at the wrong pitch. I'm sorry, the issues which made you win Karnataka are the issues of governance, are the issues of day-to-day life that matters to the people. If you are going to pick up the issues, no matter how close and how good they are for you in your way of thinking, I don't think that is a pitch where you can play a very good turning wicket on. And that's a pitch where BJP bats well. I mean, I think we know it very well. That's a pitch where BJP bats.
I'm going to allow Abbas a brief interjection, and then Yashwant closes. Abbas?
Yes, Deshmukh ji has, very beautifully. I'm a big cricket fan, so I love it. Honestly, Yashwant ji, BJP was completely bowled out by two batsmen. That was a Sachin Sehwag combination of a DK and a Siddaramaiah. The fact is not, yes, you're right, sir. The issues which matter to us, Karnataka turned out into a communal laboratory. Azah, halal, hijab, scrapping of Muslim reservation. And then what happens? 40% Bhrash Sarkara. Even the Vokaliga Lingayat voted for us, sir. You're a fantastic apologist. A good person, Lingayat, moved towards the Congress. So therefore, it's not just the Muslims. Muslims, Vokaligas, Lingayat, Sikhs, Christians came together. Anti-conversion law you speak, sir. Sir, there already exists a law here in Karnataka which strictly opposes anti-conversion. What do they want to do? They want to give harsher punishment into the new bill. Please read the bill, sir, and compare the previous bill. You will get your answers. And the final point, ma'am, Mr. C.T. Ravi, a defeated leader, the BJP, was cleanly bowled out by Siddaramaiah. He said, show the proof. Siddaramaiah is lying through its feet. Siddaramaiah ji put out the letter of the FCI where they granted and approved the said quintal for the Anna Bhagya rice scheme to the poor people. So that is clean bowled, ma'am. Out for a duck, Mr. C.T. Ravi.
Clean bowled. All right, Yashwant. I think Yashwant's saying that different pitches
No,
work differently for different
that.
bowlers. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. The problem is that their victory was with their opening pair of batsmen. He said it. And I agree with that. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar. That's what the problem with your bowling side, not with your batsmen. So that's what I'm trying to say. Don't bowl, don't take a couple of pacers on a turning wicket. That's a wrong strategy. Just keep away from this. Okay. Focus on what your strengths are.
Okay, we leave it there. Looking forward to the next match, so to speak. Thank you so much, Dr. Sudha, to Asad, Varun, Yashwant, and earlier to Shama, and to our audience. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.
We started Mojo right here in this basement.
Just
4 people, 4. And now we're about to hit our first 1 million subscribers. So this is to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your respect, and for your encouragement. We've always gone to where the story is. During the pandemic, when television's big anchors were hunkered down in their studios or at their homes, we hit the road. We traveled from Delhi to Kerala, covering 30,000 kilometers in our small car. reporting from inside ICUs and inside slum tenements. Whether it's flash floods or war zones, we've always put our boots on the ground. In fact, we're just back from Punjab, tailing the Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh. And through all of this, we have always put you, the people, first. In an age of partisan polarized media where most journalists are either chamcha ya morcha, we believe the story is sacred and the truth of the story is what matters. And now as we get ready for the next step, we need your help. Become a Mojo member and get first access to all our big interviews. Get a chance to ask our newsmakers questions. Get a chance to write and report for us for both our website and our channels. And also, interact with me and my colleagues directly through AMA sessions. Literally, ask me anything. Click on the join now right next to the subscribe button, and yes, also subscribe if you haven't yet, and become a Mojo member for just 159 rupees a month. Hope to see lots of you in our community.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.